Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate you joining me once again. We're going to be thinking about God's creation, looking at one of the Psalms. We're looking in Psalm 65. Today's hymn, it's the hymn, This Is My Father's World.
This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears all nature sings, and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world, I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas, his hand the wonders wrought.
A wonderful, wonderful hymn. Let's look in our psalm now. In Psalm 65, at verse 4, Blessed is the man whom you choose, and cause to approach you, that he may dwell in your courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of your house, of your holy temple. By awesome deeds and righteousness you will answer us. O God of our salvation, you who are the confidence of all the ends of the earth and of the far-off seas, who established the mountains by his strength, being clothed with power, you who still the noise of the seas, the noise of their waves, tumult of the peoples. They also who dwell in the farthest parts are afraid of your signs. You make the outgoings of the morning and evening rejoice. You visit the earth and water it, you greatly enrich it. The river of God is full of water. You provide their grain, for so you have prepared it. You water its ridges abundantly, you settle its furrows, you make it soft with showers. You bless its growth. Crown the year with your goodness, and your paths drip with abundance. They drop on the pastures of the wilderness, and the little hills rejoice on every side. The pastures are clothed with flocks. The valleys also are covered with grain. They shout for joy. They also sing. I'd like for us to consider as we go along, and you see I have different things highlighted. And we'll start at the top in verse 5 as we think about the Lord's creation. And to go, there's a compare and contrast I wanted to do throughout it. And so think about in verse 5 as it speaks about, actually, let me move it up just a little bit more. And I should have highlighted this one. Well, blessed is the man whom you choose and cause to approach you, that he may dwell in your courts. The first compare and contrast I want to do, near and far. That with the near you have dwelling in your courts. And for good measure, we'll also add verse 1, praise is awaiting you, O God, in Zion. But you don't just have the near, that he may dwell in your courts. You also have the far off seas in verse 5. In verse 8, they also who dwell in the farthest parts, it speaks about. So you have both near and far. The second compare and contrast I wanted to do is to look in verse 8. You make the outgoings of the morning and the evenings rejoice. So you have the days. But then you also have in verse 11, you crown the year with your goodness. So you have days and years. In verse 6, who established the mountains by his strength. And then in verse 12, and the little hills rejoice on every side. So we put it all together and let's make this point. The Lord is concerned with those who are near and with those who are far away. The Good Shepherd is concerned with those who are near, those who are far away. The Lord is concerned with, as we think about the days and the years, today has enough trouble of its own. Today is the day of salvation. Exhort one another while it is called today. the Lord is also concerned with years. That is more his domain as well. But it's just an amazing thing, isn't it? As we look at creation and we think about how all of creation belongs to the Lord, both near and far, and we make spiritual applications, that the Lord is concerned, the Lord in immortality, I suppose you would say. You have days, you have years, and the Lord is with us. And then you have the mountains and the little hills, the big and the small, and that the Lord is concerned with all. The Lord is concerned with all of his creation. He's made the mountains, he's made the valleys. He's made the days, he's made the years. He's made what we can see out our back door. He's made halfway around the world. And the bottom line is he's made us. And that's the first few verses. Because it's a psalm about creation, but then we have to place ourselves into it. Praise is awaiting you, O God, in Zion. And to you the vow shall be performed. And you who hear prayer, to you all flesh will come. Iniquities prevail against me. As for our transgressions, you will provide atonement for them. Blessed is the man whom you choose, and cause to approach you, that he may dwell in your courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of your house, of your holy temple. The Lord is concerned with near and far, and we draw nigh unto him. Might consider the Lord's creation, and we think about what we have been created for. And that while all have sinned and come short of the glory of God, the Lord has provided atonement, and that's Jesus. And so we come, and we come because we are his creation. We've been made in his image. And if we are not in him, we need to be remade in his image, born again. We are his creation. This is my Father's world, and I'm a part of it. And so we bow the knee. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our daily praise.